and kind of what you said about the part of maybe like activating the divinity in others, or the spark, or like others of, it made me think about one of the most inspiring concerts I went to, just for this particular reason of what I got, was a Jimmy Cliff concert in Seattle. And what I got from it, all of the love on stage, and his concert, what it did to me is it made me excited to be me. And it lit a fire in here. And I also knew right then, I said, that's the type of musician I want to be. I want to be the type of musician. I want to be the type of artist that adds to people being excited about themselves, thrilled about themselves, thrilled at the possibility. Because there's the other one where there's a type of artistry that can be like, take all the energy and be like, look at me, don't you wish you could do this? And people kind of do this idolization thing and watch an artist, and if only I could do that, and there are these masters that you watch and that you could never do, and you do get to just in awe at this mastery. But me, I love to be the type of artist that lights up, the mastery in others, and just makes them thrilled to be them. And yeah.
And look at the impact, look at the impact that it has. And so maybe coming back to the goodness tour a bit, and then I want to transition into what you're doing now and present day, because we looked at the freedom song and what that was, and then that happened, and then it was like, and that was just the beginning. It's like, wow, you had a TED talk about this. And then we went on the goodness tour, and you went up and down the West Coast. You went to Syria, you went to Puerto Rico. And then it's like, yeah, but I'm just getting started. Which, maybe you can speak a little bit to that and what that feels like, that generative creation and that drive, and leading into what's unfolding now.
Yes. Yeah, we went to, maybe just getting into specifics, kind of like you're asking, is so we went to northern Jordan, didn't actually go into Syria. We were 10 miles from the southern border of Syria, and we worked with Syrians. People often say, oh, you went to Syria, because it kind of is like that. But I just express that particularly because in that time, to go to Syria, the chances of death are just so great. And
And then
so,
also, yeah, I'm glad you said that. But it's, it's kind of you to try to like contextualize yourself. Like, no, I didn't go into Syria, but you're like the like you said, it's 10 miles. The camps were just over the border.
yes,
So I
yes,
just don't want you to diminish the impact that you had by saying, "Oh, I didn't actually go into Syria."
right, right. Yes,
So
yes. No,
yeah.
I understand. I appreciate that. And, you know, it, so we were there, and I guess I was speaking from the standpoint of being smart, in the way that unless you had armor and protection at that time to go into Syria, you could be creating I mean, there needed to be, oh God, I mean, yeah, it was like, I mean, we already had that. I had those fears going just up to the border in northern Jordan, and I was able to kind of relieve those fears. Um, and I think one thing that's helpful, it's if there's a true deep call that's coming from a service standpoint, I've that's what I've always listened to. And if it's undeniable, um yeah, I've kind of always followed that. But anyways, maybe getting a little off track, but we ended up doing a project there. We were there for several months doing music and art classes, but created another song that kind of became like a freedom song that was called Welcome to My House. And it was a song that I had already been writing. I had pretty much wrote almost all of the song, but after our 2 months in the refugee camp, I just decided to start singing it with the kids and folks we were working with, and this group of teenage girls started singing Welcome to My House in Arabic. And the song kind of took off in that energy, and they were singing Ahlani la Beiti, Ahlani la Beiti. And my pronunciation is bad, but in a sense, welcome to my house. And in the song itself, it's like, you're welcome to my house, you're welcome to my house. Every day I keep joy in my walk, love in my talk, peace in my house. You're welcome to my house, you're welcome to my house, you're welcome to my house. And that idea of welcoming someone to your house, which in a sense is just almost the same as welcoming someone to your heart. And throughout this whole day, with all the kids and the adults singing Welcome to My House in Arabic and English in front of these tin structures, these in this refugee camp, these makeshift homes, and you could see behind them, you could see the mountains of Syria, you could see their home behind them, and here they are in this difficult refugee camp, and they're singing like with a smile and with joy and their heart open. You're welcome to my house, you're welcome to my house. And we all got the spark right there that is the demonstration of hospitality, human hospitality. That is what we want to share with the world. This song, Welcome to My House, from people who have had to run, flee from their home and living in a makeshift home, and they're singing Welcome to My House. I was thinking that is the example for everyone in the world for that type of human hospitality across borders. So we then spent 6 months setting up the process to film this beautiful music video, Welcome to My House, there in Jordan. And then we collaborated with a group of kids from Mount Vernon, Washington, that were to sing with the Syrian refugee youth from Jordan in the song, back and forth from English to Arabic. You're welcome to my house, you're welcome to my house, enjoy, love, peace. And we had this, I mean, the 6 months that it took, and then the process of filming the music video in the refugee camp, and all of the difficulties that we had to overcome, and filming in the desert, and then back in Seattle. And Jason Mraz became an executive producer on that. And we put together this piece, and it was also a Lovingtons song. It was Luc and the Lovingtons song, but it was in this context of the Goodness Tour and the project and the people we had worked with. And we came out with this music video, which is still one of the top creations in my life that I feel like I've been a part of, and a song that's This kind of says everything I believe in. Welcome to my house.
If you get it, you could really fly by seeing all your folks grow and climb, because you lift them up. I got those thorns and those bitter seeds, but I always share the sweetest part of me, because I'm not equipped to judge. So every day I keep joy in my walk, love in my talk, peace in my house. I keep joy in my walk, love in my talk, peace in my house. You're welcome to 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 my house.
Put it out with an intent to just bring people into their hearts. No matter who you were voting for, no matter what, there was all this divide coming, and we wanted to put out this thing that didn't choose a tit for tat. It just showed human love, human hospitality. And you'll see the way the video's done, you get lost. You don't even remember. I mean, I'm kind of giving away the secret or whatever, but it's cool to talk about. But the emphasis of the director, Mo Najati, was that you can't even tell at a certain point who's Syrian, who's American, who's what. And you see humans, you see love. And so that project was incredible, but I felt like continuing on to say that then, and this is just from the music perspective, if you talk to Benjamin and Jeremiah and others of the Goodness Tour about their art forms, incredible things as well. But from the music perspective of the Goodness Tour, after that, a couple of years later, when I went to Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria, another thing happened where a song was born, but this time I was playing the guitar, and this Puerto Rican father started singing a song about how Puerto Rico is going to rise up and make it. And we were in a classroom with all these kids. Everybody had lost their homes. We were on top of a mountain in the west side of Puerto Rico. And it was a moment of despair and struggle. And this father started singing this song from his heart about Puerto Rico. And I got that same spark. And I said, this is a song being born. And I decided to drop everything and follow the birth of this song. But this time, I didn't want to write or sing any of the words. I wanted to just be a midwife to the song and help it be born. I was there playing the guitar. I was singing ooh, ah. I was a part of that inception moment of that father singing it. And then I said, let's just follow this song. And I actually flew back to Puerto Rico to do that with a filmmaker. And we just had one chorus, and we drove around the island, and we didn't know that it would take 3 months. And the song ended up being written by over 100 Puerto Ricans from all walks of life.
Wow.
And the way the song was written is we just followed signs. Heard about, because we knew we wanted it to just be from the belly of that adversity and that island, and that we were just midwives. We were just conjurers, or, sparking the flame or throwing gasoline on the flame of creativity. And so we would just listen, this song needs a verse. Maybe it could be from a kid, or maybe it could be from whatever. And then we'd learn about an amazing teenage kid singer from the west of the island, and we'd drive there, and he'd write and sing on the song. Then we learned about another young girl, and then we found out about an elderly choir like high up in the mountains, and we went there, and we literally just followed signs. It was the exact opposite of, we're going to go to Puerto Rico and we're going to find all the famous artists and we're going to get them all to come to the studio, and we're going to write a We're Gonna Get Better song. And I'm not talking against that form of creativity. That happens, and that's beautiful. But I'm just talking about how this one came about in such an incredible way that it took longer. It took 3 months, but the whole thing was experiential, and it all raveled. You know, one Puerto Rican man was like, this song is being written by the hands of God, you know? And
yeah, literally.
Yeah. That's what I felt. I was praying the whole time. Like, I just say, guide us to the next step. This is crazy. I know this is, at moments my mind was going, this is crazy, because I dropped everything, and Glenn Shackley, filmmaker and great friend and part of the Goodness Tour, he went with me, and all we had was a chorus, and we have a chorus to a song, and we're on an island that's in a desperate moment after the devastation of Maria, and we're over there following this song being put together. And there were moments when all of a sudden it wasn't making sense, and somebody was like, maybe you should drop that chorus, or what's this, and I had almost nothing concrete to go on, and I'm like, I'm so far from my home in this disaster zone, and I'm following this song, and there were so many places where I could have just go, you know, I'm crazy. I'm like, this is out there, and it's just a song, you know, like, come on, it's just a song. But I had the memory of the Freedom song in my head. So I knew that, oh, it's just a song. I knew to trust the spark, the tingle. And when I'd have those huge moments of doubt, I remember sitting on the beach, like I was actually able to go to like a beach that, you know, kind of had trees down and stuff. It was still kind of rough, but there were still pretty areas of Puerto Rico after the hurricane. And I was like, okay, I can still I know 100% that I felt the spark. I felt the tingle. So that's it. Let me just keep praying to be guided every day. And Glenn and I, like, we had an experience that's, you can't even believe the way the song came together in this huge recording studio, Astra Studios, and Francisco Zamora and Yamil, and we all kind of like came together, and Jose Che, and so many other names, but we just we created this song called A Celebrar, and let's celebrate, A Celebrar. And we put that song out, and we used it to raise funds to bring solar panels to homes in the mountains of Puerto Rico that desperately needed electricity. If you can remember, there was a huge problem with, almost a year getting electricity back. And so we said, let's use this creation that's born from adversity, and let's see if the goodness can just keep unraveling. Let's now use it as a catalyst to bring some support to homes that desperately need electricity. And so that whole project took about 9 months, maybe a year. I almost like became living in Puerto Rico, and that one super changed my life. But you can also see the video of that one, A Celebrar. It's on our Luc and the Lovingtons YouTube channel. And
Dale, no pare que se te acabó el día. Ya es hora de que brindes alegría. Por Puerto Rico, la isla entera, nada ni nadie aquí